Welcome to Trading Lounge and the Bitcoin Ethereum report for Wednesday, the July 21st. So the crypto index here, which is the top 10 crypto indexes, and we're looking at, well, this wave 3 low here with an A and a B and a C for wave 4, then down for 1, back for 2, down for 3, back for 4, and then down for 5. Now the problem with this is that wave 4 overlaps wave 1 here, so it probably it's the best fit for the time being until we see more price action, and then we can adjust it. But our job really has been looking to count 5 waves down through here. Now this particular market is a little bit more like Ethereum than Bitcoin, okay? So logically here we could look at this as wave 1 here and 2 here, and then all of this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the 3rd wave, 4th wave, and coming down for the 5th wave here. So it does appear that we could have a low in here coming shortly, but with Bitcoin it just feels like there's much more to come. So a little bit sort of tricky with this, but this would still need to finish off lower here as well after a rally, so it will want to test that 11,500 before dropping again here. But yeah, I mean the picture here is really just to use this index and other indexes just to sort of see if we can glean any more valuable information from the actual structure. So this structure is okay, but yeah, so anyway, the main point here is that we're still bearish, and you know, it's pointing lower. So let's just have a look at Ethereum. So Ethereum, as I mentioned, is much the same. So on this 4-hour chart here, we're looking for wave 3 with an A and a B and a C for wave 4, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for 1 and 2, and then down for 3 and back for 4. That kind of overlaps here. So this count is probably wrong, unfortunately, but we do see things overlapping now and again, so we just need to be a bit philosophical about it as well. And when I don't know what the count is, then I sort of really focus on the intraday count and also the levels as well here. So in this way we could see that the 2000 was roughly the support through here, but now it's really this is the first time that, you know, it came through here and tested it and dropped, but didn't make a new low here and then recovered. But in this case here, it's tested it a couple of times and it's taken out the low here. That's the difference. So that now makes this tested resistance. Now it may have another crack at it. The support level down here is group 2, the 65, 72 and 80. The same above here would be 1, 2 and 3. That makes up group 1. And in a nutshell, you know, we kind of got to understand that this is the swing range for this particular number here, group 1 above and group 2 below. So until this top here becomes the support, or this becomes the resistance, then it's still, this market price action still belongs to this number here. The 1500 of course brings it into a different level, but we would need the the 1650 here as the resistance at that point for it to become part of this number. So that's sort of where we are, but obviously it's trending down. It's hit this old low over here as well, so we got to expect a bounce from that space there. So I'll just leave that at that for the time being. You can check our charts for the intraday counts for Ethereum and other altcoins as well. So with Bitcoin here, As you know, we've got this wave 1 here and 2 here and 3 here, and obviously this is a correction here of wave 4 here. And then as you know, we've had this as wave 5 here, thinking that we may be looking at an A wave and a B wave and a C wave moving up here, and that's still possible the case. We haven't breached the low here. And also too, when we look at A and B waves can be expanded. So sometimes we do see the B wave drop below the previous A wave here. So there's a lot sort of going on here as well, but Ethereum and the index appear to be, you know, breaching these lows here, or at those current low, testing those lows. Well, Ethereum's testing this low here at the moment, and it's going to bounce off that. So while that's bouncing off its low, we're going to see Bitcoin grip to this 30,000, which is a major level. So if we were looking from the bottom here, we would look at 10,000, 20,000, 30,000, 50,000. The Fibonacci numbers 1, 2, 3, 5 make the major levels, and the medium levels are halfway between those levels. So between 20 and 30, of course, the 25, and between 30 and 50 will be the 40. And the next levels down are minor levels, then sub-levels, then micro levels. But yeah, so we're still trying to figure out what's going on here. And in the meantime, we're sort of lining it up with Ethereum and putting wave 5 down here. And then we need to look at this here, down here, as wave 1 here, and back for wave 2 here. Now, I've kind of got this finishing off in a bit of a sort of a thing here, really, you know, sort of, I don't know, sort of a thing like this, not coming too low, maybe to the 25, 28, somewhere down there. But it's also got the ability to, you know, step up pace and come right down as well, because when you think about it, if that is wave 4, let's assume that for a moment, and this is wave 1 here, well, then you would expect wave 3 to be longer than wave 1. So a lot of these here that I've got marked here, I've got, you know, I'm counting them down, and we'll look at that. But they could also be a series of this is a 1 and 2 here, and this can all be a series of 1s and 2s in here, and drop much deeper than we expect it to drop here. So we'll need to be a little bit mindful of that, but as always, it's just one step at a time. So let's cruise in and have a look at this. So this is how we've had this over the last few sessions, and so I've sort of played it quite tightly here, as you see. So we've got this large wave 1 here with an A and a B and a C coming back up to the 61.8%, so that's wave 2. And then I was looking at wave 3 being a little bit sort of tighter, and wave 4 and 5, but it could easily take it down to well, it can go right, it can really drop quite a lot, but at the same time, I want to stay within reason. So I can see that the market is edging down. It's not like moving like this. You know, this is very volatile here, isn't it? This is like, well, is there anybody left to sell kind of thing, or is there anybody buying? You know, I mean, the bars are really tight together here, where they're much, you know, where there's a lot of fear going on, fear and excitement going on here. So yeah, we'll just keep working this particular count, but realistically the market is working with the 30 at the moment, and it would just be natural to see it vibrate here because of the tight range that it's playing here. It would be reasonably obvious that it's going to vibrate above and below the 30,000 for a few times, but eventually what we would be looking for would be to find that 30,000. Well, on a bullish side we'd want it as support, and on the bearish side as resistance. So it's very hard to decide that early in the piece. It's once the market matures, then it becomes obvious, but in the early stages like it is now, it's not going to be easy for this. So what I can say is that I would expect it to vibrate across above and below the 30,000 and eventually drop to the 28 and do much the same here as well. And then we need to see we've got this as 1 and 2 here, and I've got this as 1 and 2 over here with an A and a B and a C wave here, because it counts quite nicely as a C wave here. But this little move up here does count as an ABC as well, so it can be played out as wave 2 up here. So this wave 2 could play up here, and then this could be wave 1 and 2 and 1 and 2, but I never liked this as a wave 2, so I didn't go that way. But what I'm trying to say here is that, you know, it's had all this sort of volatility here, and it's kind of starting to stretch down a little bit. Do you know what I mean? So be mindful of that. It is retesting the 30 at the moment, so it is putting up a good show here. So you could short it under here if you would like, you know, because it would be rejecting it at that stage. It will probably move back above here. The tick chart that I've got is slightly different from this, but we'll check that as well. But even so, coming down here, the 38.2% retracement, we're going to take us back up to 3,100. So you could end up back up there, but it just depends on how sticky the 30 is here as well. But I think the takeaway from here is that this move is not done yet. We're not finished yet. Anyway, just let's cruise into on the hourly chart. It might be a little bit different, but we'll start from the top. Wave 1 here, wave 2 here, then wave 1, an A and a B and a C for wave 2 here. A bit of a long shot on that, but it fits reasonably well. And as I mentioned, we just keep counting down here. So I've got wave 1 here. So from green wave 2, we're looking down to green wave 3 here. So this is slightly different from the last chart that you looked at. And in that, it's a little bit tricky in this little space here, and I may have to change it, but I've got wave 1 and 2 here, then 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. The problem with this is we've got overlapping wave structures here for that. But that does look like a wave 2 because it's sharp, and this is sideways, so it looks like a wave 4. So, but maybe I could rearrange it in some other way, and then coming down here for wave 3, 4, and 5. Still, in this case too, here the 38.2% will still be up around the 31 here, so it can come back. It can move up here before moving down again here, and once it gets, yeah, so we've got, as you know, you can see here, we've got a few 3, 4s and 5s around here. So it just depends on how these wave 4s play out. I mean, they can all be equal here. That's what they can all be here. They can be equal, but normally we would tend to look at them slightly lower as the market progresses lower as well for this. On the tick chart, just to get a little bit more detail on this. So from the top here in blue here, we've got, well, we're looking down from blue wave 2 to blue wave 3 here. We're looking for 5 waves. So we've got wave 1 here, an A and a B and a C for wave 2. And then we're going down for wave 3, 4, and 5 just to get to this 3. That's why I think that we can be down further into this 28 and 25 sort of area. Obviously the 20 is the old high, so that would be looking quite attractive as well, and we could easily get to there as well. So yeah, so wave 2 up here to wave 3 here, and then between green wave 2 and green wave 3 we're looking for 5 waves. So I've got 1 and 2 here, and I think that this is the 3rd wave on the low here, and a 4th wave and a 5th wave to get to this point. So I think that we've got some sort of little rally here and then down here, and then we'll be back again for that wave 4 and then down for wave 5 at that point. But we may end up spending, I don't know, I mean, it's a big number, and the market's not, I suppose the market is moving swiftly a little bit amongst all of this. But yeah, so this count that I've got, I kind of like it, but the only thing doesn't work is that this wave 4 here is overlapping this wave 1 here. I know that people pay for the service, and that I should have all the answers, but I think we're all in the same boat. And if you've got this resolved, please send me a chart with that count in it. That would be helpful, and I think it's good for people to engage their counts. It's healthy, and plus it helps me. It's nice to be It's nice to have a team of people. I can't afford that, but the members are the team. So anyway, it's all a lot of fun anyway. So yeah, so this wave 4 can pull back to 31,000 before dropping again. But look, it could just drop straight from here. So shorting it under here, if you would like, that would be the right thing to do. Otherwise, it's going to spend a bit of time up here before it drops again. I suppose the other way to look at this here would be looking at this as wave 1 here and wave 2 here. That's the first thing that jumps out at me, but it's just a little bit tricky to get that. This still got this high wave here for this. It doesn't really work, you know, in 1 and 2, and yeah, it doesn't work. Anyway, I just thought I'd do that just in case somebody puts it through. Alrighty, I'll leave it at that. So basically, there's not a lot going on here. We're going to see the market try to rally, the Bitcoins rally, because Ethereum's also on its low as well, coming back over here. These old lows over here are being tested over here now, so that wants to bounce here. I mean, the interesting thing here though is that that we've already, from 4 here, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. It's probably not right because this wave 4 is overlapping wave 1 here in this regard. We could probably people start sending in, you know, ending diagonal triangles and things, and that's possible as well. So yeah, obviously it'll become obvious in hindsight, but let's just continue to work through it all. We're still seeing impulse waves to the downside, so we have to run with that. So yeah, that's how it's going to be. But yeah, I just want to say the Ethereum one, in terms of 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here, is pretty close to being finished here. So that's going to be interesting. So either the Bitcoin one is wrong or this one is wrong. So we'll know soon enough. Alrighty, cheers.